Hello, welcome to BioGrade TV. If you're new here, please subscribe and turn on the notification so you don't miss our next video. How political parties started in Eritrea. Eritrea is one of the few African countries that at some point was under the rule of another African country, in this case, Ethiopia. It had to fight a long war spanning 3 decades before it achieved independence. The armed groups that fought in the independence war went on to form the basis of the political party that now controls the government of the nation. The People's Front for Democracy and Justice, PFDJ, is the founding and ruling political party of Eritrea. It is the successor of the nationalist and Marxist Leninist Eritrean People's Liberation Front, EPLF, which was a militant group in the fight for Eritrea's independence. The EPLF in turn was an offshoot of the Eritrean Liberation Movement, ELM. The Eritrean Liberation Movement, ELM, was established in 1958 as a militant opposition to attempt by Ethiopia to incorporate Eritrea as one of its provinces. The ELM was made up of mostly students, intellectuals, and urban workers. It was under the leadership of Hamid Idris Awate. The ELM engaged in secret political activities to thwart the plans of Ethiopia that were perceived not to be in the interest of Eritrea. However, the organization was discovered and destroyed by the Ethiopian government. The ELM was succeeded by the Eritrean Liberation Front, ELF, in 1961. The ELF had been founded earlier in 1960 by Eritrean exiles in Cairo, Egypt. The ELM was different from ELF in the sense that, from the outset, the ELF resolved to carry out armed struggle for the purpose of achieving independence for Eritrea. The organization was mainly made up of Eritrean Muslims from the rural western edge of the territory, and their membership grew significantly after Emperor Haile Selassie of Ethiopia abolished Eritrea's autonomous status in 1962 and annexed it as a province. Eritrea had earlier joined Ethiopia as an autonomous unit in 1952. In the 1960s and 1970s, the ELF embarked on a systematic campaign of guerrilla warfare against the government of Ethiopia. A faction of the ELF later broke away in 1970 and called itself the Eritrean People's Liberation Front, EPLF. The EPLF was able to secure control of a significant portion of the Eritrean countryside and set up effective administrations in the areas it controlled. A fight broke out between the EPLF and other Eritrean rebel groups in 1981, but the EPLF emerged as the main Eritrean guerrilla group. As Soviet support of Ethiopia's socialist government fell apart in the late 1980s, the EPLF forged an alliance with guerrilla groups in Tigray province and some other parts of Ethiopia. When these militant groups in 1991 succeeded in overthrowing the central government and capturing the Ethiopian capital, the EPLF established a separate provisional government for Eritrea. After a United Nations supervised referendum on independence was held in April 1993, the EPLF declared the new nation of Eritrea in May. In 1994, the EPLF was transformed into a political movement and became known as the People's Front for Democracy and Justice, PFDJ, and preparations for constitutional democracy began. In 1994, the PFDJ set up a transitional 150-member National Assembly to deliberate on the pending constitutional issues and elections. The assembly went on to select the PFDJ's Secretary General and the former EPLF leader, Isaias Afwerki, as Eritrea's first president and set up a cabinet around him. As of 2020, Isaias Afwerki remains the president of Eritrea. Eritrea is a single-party state. This means that only one political party is allowed to exist in the country, and that is the People's Front for Democracy and Justice. The only elections that occur in the country is one to elect representatives for the country's regional assemblies and other posts within the country's districts. There are no national elections in Eritrea. Naturally, there is dissatisfaction from some quarters with the one-party arrangement. This has led to opposition groups springing up to fight against the government. The Eritrean People's Democratic Front and the Eritrean Islamic Jihad are but two of several such groups. Eritrean People's Democratic Front is an opposition group which was founded in 2004. It is led by Tewelde Gebri Selassie. Eritrean Islamic Jihad (EIJ) is one of several opposition groups that operate in Eritrea and from surrounding countries. The main goal of the EIJ is to spread the ideology of Islam and establish Sharia law. They seek to take over the Eritrean government of President Isaias Afwerki and his ruling party. EIJ also seeks to establish an Islamic government in Eritrea with an eye toward establishing a caliphate in the Horn of Africa. What have we missed out of this history? Let's know in the comment section. Will it be ridiculous to subscribe to our channel? If no, please like this video, share, and subscribe to our channel.